Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Pondering the Process, where we embark on a journey of discovery with some of the most creative minds in the community and explore the making of their latest projects. Today, our guest is Babajide, who's here to talk with us about his piece titled Like Jesus. Stay tuned for the inspiration and stories and techniques behind creating this masterful piece. Hey Babajide, how you doing?
I'm very fine. How about you?
I'm alright, thank you. Before we started, I just wanted to say thank you for taking your time to join us talk about your work. Really appreciate that.
Of course, I'm very glad to be here. I mean, for someone to think I'm worthy of being listened to, that's what every artist wants to do. They want to talk, but they don't have the verbal power to put it how they really want it. So, for someone like you to come out and say you want to know what is behind my inspirations and everything, I'm really glad to be here. Thank you very much.
Oh, dude, thank you so much for that. We're happy to do what we do. We're happy to give artists a voice, and we're really glad when we hear things like what you just said. When we hear people say what you said, because we appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to even share your voice with us, right? Thank you so much.
No, it's a great platform that you're putting up here. For real, it's a great platform. Thank you very much for doing what you're doing.
Thank you. All right, so let's start with your piece titled Like Jesus. You've mentioned how it's a self-portrait and it's very, very detailed. Your blend work here is amazing. I can see that this definitely was something that you took your time working on and it came out great. So great work.
Thank you. I really appreciate those words. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's so photorealistic. The hyperrealism is peak here. And so it's good. It looks definitely like someone took a picture and then put it on Photoshop, right? But we all know that you did this by yourself, which even makes it more amazing.
What you just said right now remind me, I think 4 days ago, a neighbor entered into my studio. So he saw it and like, bro, do you just print your picture out? I said, no, this is just my picture. He was actually giving a lot of argument. I'm like, okay, see, this is the process. And he was like, wow, real? So when we let people in, those who want to see it, we see it and like, wow, there's a magic you are creating in here. But the fact is, I don't actually go out there to show that, see, this is it. I just did it. No, just put it out. Those who want to see what we do, we surely do it. Those who care, we actually stay, regardless. Even if it's ugly, even if it's details or not, those who care will listen because they'll be curious enough to know what you are trying to say.
Exactly.
That is the voice artists have. So thank you. I might thank you like millions times today.
No problem, dude. The same way I keep thanking you too for taking your time to do this. I know you're saying that you're happy that I'm able to give you a platform where you can share your voice, but at the same time, I'm happy that you're willing to let your voice, right? It goes both ways.
In biology, they say it's mutualism.
Exactly.
Okay.
So could you tell us what motivated you to create this particular work?
Okay, I should just give you this simple phrase. I saw it in a novel I was reading. He said, what you focus on, expand. A lot of people are frustrated and they don't know they are frustrated because as they're feeding their mind with negativity, it darkens their soul. If you look at the artwork quite clearly, you will see that it's just about light and dark, whereby the person was just raising his head to focus on one particular light. You don't need to see the light, but the more you focus, the bigger the intensity and closer you will get to the source of light. It's just like someone in a cave. Those movies whereby someone will be in a dark cage or cave looking for an escape route,
Yeah.
And you will just see that tiny crack where the sun is shining in. It will try our best to just climb to that mountain, to that cliff, to that particular point, and they say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, something like that. So that's just what motivates me, and it's actually about encouraging people that regardless of what is going on, focus on something better, because what you focus on catches your soul more and more. So that is what motivates me in doing that artwork.
Interesting. So based on that then, why did you choose to use charcoal and graphite on card as the medium? And also, do you think that using that material and that medium enhances the overall mood? of the work?
Let me come out this way. They said there's no particular perfect or a standard dexterity of craft that you are into. It's just about you and what you think you can have control on. In my journey as an artist, I've tried a lot of things. I've tried ballpoint pencil, I've tried colored Schneider pen artworks, I've tried basically graphite itself alone. Until when I moved to charcoal, and I realized this gave me more control, and I compare with graphite. There's this particular depth charcoal will give to you, and because charcoal can give you actually light contrast, so that is where graphite comes in. Way of highlight, of low light, I use graphite, and way of dark and deep region or shadows, I use charcoal. I've been able to incorporate two of them, and it's been working fine. I'm actually good at digital artwork too, but with charcoal I can actually attain hyperrealism. Hyperrealism is about bringing something that is unreal. It might actually have a real meaning, but sometimes they are unreal. You just put it out there and people will be thinking it's actually a picture. So charcoal give you that. Charcoal is actually my main weapon. Graphite is just a supporter. So yes, that is the reason I'm using charcoal and graphite.
I see. And did you have any special technique you used to achieve the hyper-realistic effects in the picture?
Yes, of course. We all have our style. There's no dexterity, there's no particular standard type of artwork. So everybody along the way find their own control, find the route through which they can take in achieving what they want to achieve. For me, it's about getting the foundation right. So I actually believe 60% of time used in executing an artwork has to be on the sketching. I call the sketching the foundation. So it's from the sketching that I get everything right. I can spend majority of the time of drawing on sketching. So from sketching, I put out the outline. The outline for me is like a compass. It tells me, okay, this area is dark, this area is light. So from the outline, I then shade according to the density of light. That is the three type of shading: mid-tone, highlight, and shadow. From there I shade. After shading, and I go straight through the heart. I call the detailing texturing as the heart. I mean HEART, of any art, ART, because this is what breathes life into your craft. So it's just from sketching, outline, shading, then detailing. That's how I achieve my hyperrealism.
I see. And how long do these steps take? Because you mentioned that the sketch takes 60% of your time, right?
Yes, yes.
Everything else is 40%. So how long did this piece take you to achieve in general?
This particular one we're talking about here,
Yeah.
I don't think it was up to a week. It wasn't up to a week because it's more hard. It's just 16 by 20 inches.
Yeah.
If it were to be something of 2-3 feet, it might take me 2 to 4 weeks. So, but for the particular one, it's just 1 week. And when I say 1 week, I'm talking about the execution alone. Because when we are creating, there's a step to creating an art piece. For me, the inspiration will come, right? When the inspiration comes, I jot it down. What I mean by jotting down is not like writing. It's actually sketching, a rough sketch of what I just felt or what I just heard from the environment or what I just saw. I just sketch it down on how it can come out. So when I sketch down like that, days come, days go, weeks come, weeks go, where I'll be attentive to every other thing around me that can make this piece a complete one. Because there's some energy that you just set your heart to. Immediately you put that sketching down, that rough sketching, that inspiration, when you put it down, there's this signal you'll be getting every single time. I don't want to be too spiritual here, but I just feel that's how it is. So that particular journey, that particular time frame might take up to more than 2-3 months sometimes, gathering elements just to make it a perfect piece. All right, so it can take 2 months to get your complete composition. Then after you get your complete idea sketch down, I come to my system, make my composition, and the artwork might actually not take more than 2 weeks. So when you ask an artist like how long does it take you to finish a piece, and when they tell you it's 2-3 months or 4 months. Some people think they are exaggerating. No, it doesn't actually take that 2-3 months on drawing them. More than half of those time they called is actually spent on getting your elements right. So for the execution, it can just be 2 weeks, 3 weeks at most. So yeah, but for this particular one, it was so immediate. I got the inspiration and I came home. You can see it's just an headshot, all right?
Yeah.
Headshot, no other element, because as simple as it is, it was just so clear to me that, okay, this is something I need to do immediately. So I put it down and I achieved what I wanted to do. So yeah, for this one, it took me just 1 week to do.
Okay.
But the meaning behind it is so deep. Trust me, it's so deep.
Yeah. And it's still impressive that it took only 1 week for this. It shows how much skill you have. So great job. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So then, did you face any challenges while working on the piece? And if yes, how did you overcome them?
This particular one, no challenges. You know what I said earlier, that the process sometimes might take 2-3 months in gathering your ammunitions, you know?
Yeah.
But this one is simple. It came and it was so clear that this is what I need to do. I don't need any other things to add. And I halt every other thing I was doing. And I started the execution because it doesn't require another thing. It was just me in front of the mirror and I could get what I need. And then you have like Jesus in front of your screen right now.
Yeah. Okay. So then that like Jesus, right? That title, is there any symbolism or deeper meaning attached to it?
Oh yes. You know, I said earlier that it's so simple. It's a simple artwork. Probably the easiest to achieve in terms of execution. But the deep meaning behind it is, okay, I don't know, maybe if you permit me to tell a story behind the
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, so this is exactly what happened. I just finished a piece because as we are going by our project, we are doing our little commission by the side just to get more funds. So this particular day I went out expecting to have some gains, right? And that day I lost a great sum of money. So on a normal day I should be sad. But coming back home, I saw a mirror. It's almost a decade since I looked into the mirror. Like I have a mirror in my house and I look myself. It's been almost a decade. So I bought the mirror when I'm actually going through some financial loss. You understand what I'm saying? So everything is not making sense. Like, why should I buy a mirror when I just lost some money? But there was a reason behind it. So I got home, I fixed the mirror, and at night when I should be sad, when I was so drenched in my sadness, all right, I off the light in the room. Everywhere was so dark. There was light, but I intentionally off the light. I didn't do anything, and I stand in front of the mirror, just looking at myself with the touch of my second phone, so small, like pen touch. So as I was looking at myself, then all of a sudden I look at myself, guy, why are you smiling? You should be sad. Why are you smiling? Then I just remember the story of Jesus with his disciples in the Red Sea. So I remember the story where they were in a boat. It was a very heavy breeze, and the disciples were just crying, Master, 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 do you hate us this much? Do you despise us this much that you want to see us drown in this sea? It was blowing heavily. It's as if it's going to sink their boat. But this man was actually sleeping. Jesus. He was sleeping. So it's as if they were crying for help. But he was calm in the middle of a storm. And at that point, it makes a perfect sense that, okay, I think this is the feelings I'm having. So yeah, we as humans, we go through challenges every single day. But if we try to train our mind to fine tune or streamline our focus into picking one reason to be happy, it will overwhelm us and we'll be surprised on how it goes, on how it will keep expanding till it conquers the negativities around. So it's actually taken from that story of Jesus with his disciples in the Red Sea. So that is where I got the title from.
Interesting. And I'm sure this is what you want your viewers to also interpret from when they look at it. Or is there
Yeah, that is just the basic thing. You can see, I say it's about light and dark. It's just an headshot surrounded by darkness. All right. But the light was coming from an angle, and he find that angle and he raised his head up and focused on that light. If you look at the forehead in that artwork, that's where you see the incident light. It's actually very tiny on the forehead, but then it gets expanding. It got to the nose. It's already getting to the side view, and in a very soon time, it will bring out all the body. But we are not getting there. But it's just a movement from what I put on that paper. It's just a movement. It's coming from the top, and it's already engulfing the other side of the body. So should I use the word transcending? If you focus, it will keep coming, and this will put bliss into your unsettled mind. So that is it.
So more like the essence of tranquility, basically.
Yeah, in the midst of chaos, you just decide to find that peace, that silence, that voice that say, "Be calm, everything's okay."
I see. Interesting. I love that. Okay. So then, based on that, have you shown this piece to a lot of people, and what has their overall reaction been like?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's my person. You see how excited I was that you want to listen
Yeah.
to my voice. I don't have this power of trying to showcase things to people that, okay, this is it, you must see it. Like a friend said, he said, post your artwork 4, 5, 6, and I'm like, if I'm doing that, it's as if I want people to know that this is what I'm saying. But I've put out my voice there. Anybody that kind of radiates with it, we understand what I'm saying. And if they don't understand, they will come and ask, just the same way you just did. And I think that's the essence. When we force into the people's view, then we are doing it for them. We are not doing it for us. I'm doing my artwork for myself. I'm not doing it for people. And if there's people that can relate with what I'm putting out, they will surely like it. And they will surely ask, what is behind this piece, bro? And I will tell them diligently. Some of these things is about staying real with yourself. We are not alone in this world. No matter how unique we think we are not alone. In soonest time, people that can identify themselves with you, they don't even need to go far before they will see it and like, I think this is talking for me. It's speaking to me. And they will join you. You are the first person that is asking me about it.
Okay. Well, I'm honored that you're sharing it with me.
I'm happy you wanted to know.
Okay, so just based on this, right? You mentioned how it took you a week for just the execution and then you spent time gathering. So how do you determine what price an artwork will go for? So if someone were to come to you and say, okay, how much would you sell this for, right? You don't have to say a price, but like, what would determine what figure you tell them?
Art is personal, all right?
Yeah.
And it's a luxury, especially when it's unique. So I would say art is invaluable. I have this vision that if a time will come where people want to buy my artwork, it has to be millions of people bidding for it. So at that point in time, the highest bidder wins. So my arts are invaluable to me. I don't know to other people. For now, it's invaluable to me. Anyone that can identify with it will do everything it takes to get it.
I see. So your belief is I should just be able to tell you a price, and if you feel like you actually connect with the piece, then you should be willing to pay that price to get it.
Exactly. You get my point. It's just like preference. Someone who loves cars, someone who loves bags, someone who loves designers, they go all out to get them.
Yes.
So if my artwork is unique and it is radiating with your energy, you go all out to get it.
I see. I love that. Okay. So, Babajide, thank you. That's all I have regarding the piece itself. So, I wanted to talk to you about the Udocreatives app.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've already downloaded it, have you?
Not yet, but I think from your other videos, I've had this insight of what it is about. So, like I said, I have to commend you again. I thank you for what you are doing. Thank you for what you are doing for real. Concerning that app, it's like you are representing, you are doing something, and I think it's about the future, not even the present. And I want to thank you for what you're doing.
Well, it's supposed to be a tool for making art accessible. So the aim is that someone who's just starting the artistic or their creative journey in general can get on there and immediately have posts that they can look at, discussions, people talking about what they've tried in the past, their mistakes. So immediately you get there, already have enough material for you to start your journey, right? Even without somebody there to tutor you or help you, right? Because one thing we know is that it can get really lonely when you start your creative journey, especially when you don't have people around you that
very lonely.
Right? So we're trying to help create a community. So anyone who just starts their artistic journey or their creative journey can immediately go in and know that they have a community of supporters. And even if they're not willing to go through the whole community experience and reach forward and ask people, right? They can already see, like, we have discussions on there. So people discuss about their work, people discuss about tips and tricks, right? We have Spotlight, which shows you random work that people are doing, right? You can message the people in the work to ask them how they achieved it. You can also discuss the artwork with them. We also have this thing called Glances, where you can look into what people are working on, like a 7-day story. And then we have collaboration. You can ask people if you want to collaborate with them. We have events, so you can post about events, right? But the feature I think that you would resonate with the most is called Journeys. So just to go back real quick, so like I said, someone who starts their artistic journey immediately is able to...
Sorry, let me quick cut in there. I would like to be part of this community. That is a fun fact. But I'm not just new in this journey, for real. I'm not new. It's been more than 10 years.
No, I know. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, it's not just for people who are starting out. It's for everyone. So I just gave an overview of someone who's starting out, right? They already have material. And then, somebody who doesn't consider themselves a creative, but just wants to see, like, what's going on in the creative community, they can also do that. Like, they can go on there and see through what everyone is doing, right? And then people who are experienced in creativity, like yourself, for example, right? You guys would be leaders in said community. You guys would be the ones giving out advice. You guys will be posting your work. You can also collaborate with each other or collaborate with new people, right? You can come in, like I said, on the Spotlight page, there's a ton of work there from different artists. So you can try to switch your style up to match a different artist if you want. You can get inspiration from other people on this community. And like I said, you can still post about your events. You can collaborate. Right, so there's something in there for everyone, no matter what level of creativity you are, right? So it doesn't matter if you've been a creative for like 20 years or if you're just trying to start your creative journey. It doesn't matter if you're professional or you just do this for fun, right? Even someone who's all you do is maybe sketch doodles in class, right? You can put it on there, let people see it, and people can discuss about it. Like I said, we're trying to create a community. Think about it as a gallery where
it's a great, I swear to God, it's a great thing, because I kind of feel like the future belongs to art.
Yes.
Here in Africa, I feel that, and you're already building a base for it. You're already building a base for it. It's a good thing. I would like to be the part of the community, for real.
Oh yeah, and I will send you the links to download it and check it out. And like I said, one thing I think you resonate especially with is this feature called Journeys. So the Journeys feature, remember how you said that you have to gather all the elements to make it a perfect piece. People don't really know the process, right? Okay. So this Journeys feature, what it does is, instead of you saying, okay, I'm posting my art, right? It's not just about that. In the Journeys feature, you want to show the entire process it took. So let's say you're starting a piece today. You can go on the app and say, okay, start new journey. You haven't created anything. Then you can post that, okay, this is how I prepared my canvas. This is the mirror that gave me inspiration. This is the picture. You can keep on posting different things, right? Before the artwork is even completed. Right? You can be showing the steps that you're taking, both video and picture. And then whenever you finish the art, you can just click on complete journey and then put the final piece there. And then anyone who goes to see that post will see a holistic view of everything you've done. From the beginning to the end about that piece. So instead of people coming to you to say, especially
you even feel alone. You even feel alone. It's as if your people are working with you as you are doing it.
Exactly, right? Plus, like, remember how you said that, when people come to ask you, why are you not posting this thing multiple times, blah, 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 blah. Or if you're not the kind of person, you might be shy, you don't know how to talk to people too much. You can just send them a link to the post from the app and be like, okay, this is the post,
Mm.
right? If you click on the journeys icon, so the journeys icon is a turtle. If you click on that icon, it will show you everything I went through to get here. So it's almost like it's doing the talking for you, and people will appreciate it more, because now instead of them trying to imagine what you're saying when you're talking, or even if you're having a difficult time trying to relate the full process, by the time they actually see it visually, they will have a lot more appreciation for your work.
Yeah. I'm part of you already. I think it's a good platform for shy people like us. Or should I say an introvert?
Yeah, definitely. And please share it with your friends, tell your creative friends, even your non-creative friends. Right? Like I said, it's for everyone. So we really appreciate that, because we're trying to get this to a point where, like you said, art is accessible. We're trying to create a whole community, so no one is alone. Like I said, people like you would be leaders in said community, and it would just build up from there. And everything is free. We don't even charge for this, right? Like everything is free. It's funded by us. It's just, we just want to give that platform to creatives, because we don't think creativity gets as much recognition as it should.
In Africa, it doesn't really get the equivalent recognition. People don't appreciate it that much.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't do it for people. People like, I don't do it for people, I do it for myself. So this is a good way to be more expressive.
Exactly. We want you to be as expressive as possible. Like, we understand that you're doing it for yourself. And another thing that we notice is a lot of social media, right? They make you almost have to be influencers to be seen. You have to be posting all the time. On this app, we don't give people pressure to post, right? It's when you're comfortable to share anything, then go ahead. But there's no pressure. We're not going to shadow ban you for not posting. We're not going to boost your work more because you have more followers. No. We try to keep everything as level as possible. So in the spotlight page, it's not about showing who has more followers. It's very random. So someone who has 1 subscriber, for example, has the same chance of being on the spotlight page as someone who has 2 million subscribers. So very balanced.
I will try my best to be part of it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Babajide, it's been great talking with you. Honestly, that's all I have to say.
It's been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time. Love your work. Keep doing what you're doing. Really appreciate you sharing your process and your stories with us.
Namaste.
Yes, namaste. All right. Thanks, Babajide. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
You too. Have a great Sunday.
You too. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.